So, happy Mother's Day, everyone. Happy Mother's Day. Can you say that with me? Happy Mother. Well, thank you very much. Thank you. I love Mother's Day. You know, I think Mother's Day is one of the greatest days that we have in our calendar here in America, and it's a day that is celebrated throughout the world as well. It's a day that is not unlike some common belief. It is not a Hallmark holiday, although it is the third largest holiday for sending cards, and it is also the most popular holiday for restaurants. So how do people know that moms love to eat? You know, I don't know how they figured that out, but I think it's a great idea. And my son-in-law calls me Myra Mom, and guess what? He's cooking me dinner tonight. So he's right on it. Yes! Cass, wherever you are, you make me proud. So anyway, yes, mothers are fantastic. They're absolutely wonderful, and celebrating Mother's Day is such a good thing. I was telling the 9 o'clock service, the people there, that I remember my first Mother's Day. I remember the first one where I gave my mom a present. I was about 7, maybe 8 years old, and I went with this older girl. She was in high school. She lived down the alley, and she was going downtown to get her mom a Mother's Day present. She was really nice. She used to babysit for me, so I asked her, could I come too, because I don't have anything for my mom. So she let me come along, and we walked into the Woolworths department store. Remember the Woolworths? Right? Oh my gosh. I felt like I had walked into heaven. I mean, all this stuff. And I had this money in my pocket, and my eyes landed on the gift of all gifts. There it was. It was a yellow organza apron. And it had a pocket with embroidered pink and white flowers and green leaves. Oh my gosh, gorgeous. Now, never mind that my mother never wore an apron. I don't even know, quite honestly, if she would have known what to do with it. But I wrapped that thing up. I thought, I couldn't wait. I just couldn't wait. So I wrapped it up. You know how 7 and 8-year-olds wrap up presents? That's how my present looked. And so I have this monstrosity of a present that's really, whoa. And I remember presenting it to my mother like she was the queen, you know, here. And she was so excited. She opened it up, and she made me feel like I gave her the best present on the planet. And she put it on. My mother has never worn that apron since. But here she is with this big yellow apron on. And I thought, she looks like the ladies on the TV shows, you know, that wear heels and the apron and have the cute little puffy hair. And except she didn't really look like that. But anyway, she had the cute little apron, and she said, thank you so much. So here I am, like 50 plus years later, remembering that sacred moment. And the one thing that I do remember also about my mom is that she was really good at teaching me things. She was really good. And one of the things she taught me was never forget your mother on Mother's Day. Never. You will regret that badly if you forget. So, I became a Unity person 21 years ago. But before I became a Unity person, guess what I taught my kids? Never, big face, never forget your mother on Mother's Day, because if you do, bad things will happen to you. So my kids have had it ingrained in their minds, always be nice to your mom on Mother's Day. So that is my one day that I get to do anything I want, and they act like I'm the Queen of Sheba, and it's such a great thing. And so I hope you're treating your mom like that, and I hope if you are a mom, you are being treated like that, because it's a wonderful thing to celebrate moms. And just like that beautiful prayer that LK gave today, it was beautiful because we know that there are all kinds of moms. They come in different shapes and forms, not only outwardly, but inwardly. And no matter who our moms have been, whether they've been perfect or not so perfect, whether they've been loving and exuberant in their love, or whether they've had challenges in being loving, they are the ones that have given us life, and from their humanity and from their divinity, because of them, we are. And so today, we honor mothers in this way. And I wanted to share with you some people that you've heard of, that you know of, that have said a few things about moms. J.K. Rowling, who wrote the Harry Potter series, said that love that's as powerful as your mother has for you will always leave its own mark. To have been loved so deeply will always give us some protection forever. And then Stevie Wonder said, Mama was my greatest teacher, for she was a teacher of compassion, love, and fearlessness. If love is sweet as a flower, then my mama is that sweet flower. And Taylor Swift. There were times when in middle school and in junior high when I didn't have a friend. But my mom was always my friend. Always. And I think, too, about the words that mothers say about themselves. And Gilda Radner said, motherhood is the biggest gamble in the world because it's the glorious life force itself. It's huge and it's scary. And being a mother is an act of infinite optimism. And I really love this quote by Annie Lennox, the singer. She said motherhood became the great equalizer for her because when she became a mother, she started to identify with everyone. She said, as a mother, I then had the wish that no child, that no person would ever be hurt, that no child would ever be abused, and that all children, that all people would have the gift of having opportunities in life and never go hungry. And so today we take the gift, the highest and the purest gift of being a mother, and we hold it and celebrate it in our hearts. For we know that our moms, whether they've birthed us, whether they've adopted us, whether we've adopted them, or whether they come to us as the divine feminine in males, we are grateful for them, for they have loved, they have healed, they have encouraged and strengthened us in all ways. And so often, by their example, they inspire us, and they live in our hearts, now and always. So beautiful. Well, today I would encourage you to stand. If you are a mother, please stand. And if you filled the role of a mother, whether you are female or male, whether you have if you have nurtured and loved children and those that are younger, please stand. Now, I know a number of you men are not standing, and I'm going to say, Scott, I think you should stand. Yes, please stand. And we know that as we stand together in the divine feminine and as mothers, that we hold a special role in the hearts of those that we love and in the hearts of those we touch. It's not easy being a mom. It's not easy. You know, our children call forward the greatest loves in us. They call forward the greatest ability to nurture. It calls forward the greatest ability to stand in faith. And by being a mother or a mother figure, we hold the light when it looks dark. And those that we nurture and love feel our faith and love through the greatest of times and through the hardest of times. Our children will fill us with outrageous, incredible joy, won't they? There is nothing like the celebration we feel when we watch those that we nurture flourish. And there is nothing like the sorrow, the fear, and the pain we feel when our children hurt. Being a mother is no small thing. It is no small job, but each and every one of us have the ability to nurture in this way. It is God-given. It is a blessing. And so today, I thank you for the divine mother that shines through all of you. And I celebrate you in your humanity, not always perfect, and in your divinity, always glorious. Thank you for being the mother, the divine feminine that you are. Many blessings and amen. One of the dearest mothers that I know, not only because she's my friend and not only because she's one of the newest members here, but because I love her Facebook postings where she absolutely adores her son. So I would like to share with you her gift of mothering through her testimony. Please welcome May Evans to the platform.
Good morning. Happy Mother's Day. Most of you probably just know me as Henry's mom, which is cool. I love it. Being a mom is really the best, most fulfilling thing I've ever done. It's also the hardest and the scariest. And nothing else has made me cry so much, usually because it reveals that I am not more emotionally mature than a preschooler. So that makes me cry. But I also laugh a lot more than I ever did. My little guy is just a comedian, and his joyfulness just lights up my world. And nothing else has changed or challenged me as much as being a mom has. Henry's the only child I've carried to term, and he was kind of freaking us out before he came through his emergency C-section and stayed in NICU for 9 days, and sometime after that, there were lots of concerns that just didn't make sense until a little bit before his second birthday. He was diagnosed with Russell-Silver syndrome, which you probably never heard of. It's a really rare form of dwarfism, and it affected the way his mouth is shaped, so the way he eats, the way he talks, stuff like that. So having a special needs child sometimes made me really jealous of other moms that seem to have it easy. It's like you see the Facebook posts and they're like, my kid ate this food today and just loves it so much, or my kid said this word. And I'm just like, oh my God. Henry gets like all his calories through Pediasure. It's like when you're supposed to take care of your kid, and feed him, it's like, eek. Kind of makes you feel nervous about that. But oh well, he's eating, he's growing, it's all good. And he's been in speech therapy since he was 18 months old, and he started out with having to learn sign language because he just couldn't form his words, and now he's like a little babbler. So it's been wonderful to be part of that journey. But knowing that, those are our struggles, and even when I see other moms, maybe it's easy in some things, but I know we all have our particular struggles with our own kids. But I think some things that we do share is being challenged beyond what we think we can handle with patience or grace, and experiencing more love and more joy than we thought was possible. And being a mom really changes you forever. It shifts your priorities. It takes all of your emotional and physical strength and more than you think you have of that. You find out you have hidden wells, hopefully. Or else you just go cry, and that's okay too. It's also an amazing teaching and learning opportunity. I know before I had Henry, I was very much concerned with what people thought of me and how I was seen, and the reactions of people was pretty much how I judged myself, I guess. And with Henry, I learned that you can't really do that because they cry over everything, and if you're basing your life on that, it's really messed up. So it forced me to learn how to be authentic and live my truth and just deal with anything that happens. Like if you forget a paper horn at a party and he's crying about it later, well, you just have to accept the fact that you caused those tears, and it'll be okay tomorrow. Hopefully he'll have forgotten about it. That just happened this morning. But those of us who are called to motherhood, people think we shape the next generation. I think that they change us just as much, if not more, than we change them. And I'm really grateful to be a mom.
Thank you. It's so beautiful to hear a mom with a young child speak about that experience. I have 5 grandkids, and so I've had that experience over and over with my grandkids, as I know many of you do. But it's a beautiful thing, and I think just as much what I move by is when I see that divine feminine nature that comes through people that I don't expect to see it through. I look around our community here, and it is everywhere. I was just thinking about Russ Bohm, who celebrated his 75th birthday yesterday. And Russ, I don't know if he's here. He's probably working with the kids. He has the divine feminine nature, and it pours out of him. He is so loving and nurturing with the kids, and he's always that way also with our ministry. He's willing to do anything and everything that supports us with such a gentle smile and with such grace and such a loving heart. And when I think about the form of the divine feminine in others, I can't help but look at our way shower, Jesus the Christ. We always talk about him being a revolutionary or being a person who stood in his truth, and all of those things are clearly true. But Jesus was a prime example of the divine feminine in action. When you think about all of the ways that he stood for compassion, when he stood for the ability and the willingness and the demonstration to love one another as that feminine nature draws forward love and connects. He clearly expressed the divine feminine. And I think of this treasured scripture that comes from the Gospel of Matthew. Come to me, all you that are weary and are carrying heavy burdens, and I will give you rest. Take my yoke upon you and learn from me, for I am gentle and humble in heart, and here you will find rest in your souls. For my yoke is easy and my burden is light. For my yoke is easy and my burden is light. That is the nature of the divine feminine, to go beyond boundaries and parameters out of love and care for others. And we see it again and again. I see it in so many different people in different places, and I have to say, one of the people that most exemplifies the Divine Mother is our friend Marcia. She is the mother of this church. I kid you not. She is the mother of this church. And she is the mother of all mothers for her children and her family, her nieces and nephews and everybody. And she expresses the Divine Mother with her parents as she loves and nurtures them. And so we see the Divine Mother everywhere, don't we? I mean, if you just take a moment and look around this church, you are seeing the expression of the Divine Mother again and again and again. It is that very nature that Mother Teresa expressed when she took care of those that were hungry, those that were dying, those that were undesirable, when she saw the Christ in each person, the Christ in its most distressing disguise. And it is through her ability to do that as the Divine Mother that she was relentless in her care for others. She said this, "At the end of our lives, we will not be judged by how many diplomas we have, or by how much money we have, or by how many great things we've done. We will be judged by how we answered this. I was hungry, and you gave me something to eat. I was naked, and you clothed me. I was homeless, and you took me in." We hear these words, and we hear the ability to mother beyond our comfort, beyond our seeming capacity. And we have the ability to see with a mother's eyes, with love, and to reach out to those that may have needs. And in that reaching out, we are expressing the Divine Mother. And today I have a teen that would like to share her story of honoring the Divine Mother who was also her mother. Please welcome Abby Seward to the platform.
My name is Abigail Seward, and my mom is Christina DeCombs, and I have lived with her for a year and 4 months. How I think adopted feels like is wanted. Like, she wanted me, and she chose me to be her daughter. And my mom has so much love. And there's 7 of us, and we're all adopted, and she loves us all the same. How my mom shows that she loves us is that she cares for us. She gives us a place to live. She feeds us. We're all taken care of. She also supports us. I have siblings that go to soccer game. Well, one goes to soccer and ballet and cheer and gymnastics, and we're all there, taking them where they need to be, and we're supporting them, cheering them on, and we're all a family. Personally, for me, it's the 101 times that my mom gives to show that she loves each and one of us. We're all hers, and she loves us. She takes one of us out, and we do something just with her and them, and there's no distractions, and we spend time with her. Happy Mother's Day, Mom.
That's okay. Let's have your mom stand. Everybody, this is Christina DeCombs. Thank you. Yeah.
Mom, also in the 101 times, you're a very funny storyteller, and that when when I'm having a problem or need some advice, you have really good advice and some wisdom to share. So I love that. Check out. Thank you.
Thank you, Abby. Thank you. Thank you so much. So this Mother's Day, I'm going to really invite you to hold in your heart the joyful celebration we're feeling today for all those that express the divine feminine as a mother or mother surrogate or as the feminine force in our lives. And I encourage you to do what my mother encouraged me to do. Do something. Make a phone call, take time and visit your mom, bring a present, bring a card, buy a yellow apron, buy flowers, have a wonderful meal, but do something to celebrate the mothers. And while you're at it, whether your mother is here, near or far, or whether she's gone, take a moment in prayer and really celebrate the gift that the mothers that you have known have been for you. And take a moment and celebrate the mother that you have been, the divine feminine that you have been, that has nurtured and supported us all. You make a difference when you express the divine feminine. You make a difference when you share that love. And so I encourage you to celebrate mothers everywhere today on this sacred Mother's Day. And God bless you.